Your Excellency, Mr. Minister, dear guests and participants, I take the freedom to welcome everybody on the Organization Committee of the Armenian IGTO Forum. As you know, the Internet Conference Forum is an open platform for everybody. Here we discuss all modern problems and issues concerning Internet, listen to the opinions of the local and foreign country experts and make initiatives, discuss ideas. This is the second time we have such conference this year for the organization and for the happening of which I want to thank our sponsors and supporters. IKEA and Internet community are our golden sponsors who are always ready to support the Internet governance forums on local, regional and global level. The other international sponsor of ours is the IGF Association, whose mission is to support such initiatives all over the world. Among the sponsors, I want to mention the name of the Armenian Internet community, who is already for more than a decade working in this sphere and is the registrar of the domains .am and .hi. So our forum is devoted to the topic of sustainable development. We anticipate interactive participation in the discussions of this conference. And with this, I want to give the floor to the Minister of Transportation, Communication and of Armenia to say the opening words for this conference. Thank you. Dear colleagues, I want to welcome cordially all the participants and organizers of the second forum of Armenian Internet governance. This is really a very good example of close collaboration of private and state agencies and bodies of Armenia, giving high importance to the role of IT in our economy. I am sure that we shall we shall open more potentials for creating practical relations for the entities acting in that sphere in our country and involving the international experience. I want to state that the topics that are involved in the agenda of the forum are really in accord with the challenges that are faced by our society. Our country has chosen the development of this sphere as one of the priorities of the development of our country, and for the axial improvement, enhancement of this sphere, we are going to take all necessary efforts. Once again, I want to welcome all participants or organizers of the conference and wish you a very productive work. Thank you for attention. Thank you, Mr. Minister. Now, with your permission, I am inviting for a welcoming word the Deputy Head of the organization IKEA for the Mr. Yakushev. Morning, thank you very much. I will allow myself, take the freedom to speak in English because my Armenian is not that good, so as I would be able to welcome you in your beautiful so nevertheless, well, yes, ստիպված եմ հիմա թարգմանել հայերեն.
Language which plays more important role in what we call global internet governance because of the development of your internationalized domain name .hi. Armenia is a real leader in what we can tell the global internet governance. It shows very good example of interaction of all stakeholders, including the government, including the civil society and the business. And it also shows the very good level of relationship with ICANN, the corporation which is responsible for managing the system of global identifiers. I'm very pleased that we have a wonderful addition to our ICANN team, which is from Armenia, Armenia. The lady whom you know, Siranush Vardanyan, finally was hired by ICANN, and she became the representative of the 31 country whose citizens are part of our big ICANN family. Of course, we also expect more active participation and involvement of Armenian researchers, Armenian civil society activists, Armenian businessmen in what we call internet governance. And we have a chance to discuss these issues and to make certain progress during the second IGF. It was very successful last year. This time it has another format. It's more compact with very interesting presentations, with very interesting speakers. And I wish you all the best and success with this second Armenian IGF. Thank you.
Շնորհակալություն։ Այժմ ուզում եմ հրավիրել ինտերնետ
All right, thank you very much. Now I want to invite Mr. Frederick Duncan, the head of the
Very
Internet.
glad to be here today, Mr. Minister, dear colleagues of ICANN, RIPE, and of course, a wonderful chapter of the Internet Society. So I've been told that timing matters in life, and I would like to congratulate the chapter of the Internet Society for organizing the first IGF in a new era of post-INA transition. History will remember that. So very good inspiration, so congratulations for this. And by the way, we will have time today, I've seen the agenda, to also congratulate ourselves and talk about this INA transition. I believe it's a very important step. We all should be aware of it. To quote Cathy Brown, I believe this is a remarkable testament to the many individuals and the organization in the world who have done the best for the internet. So let's be proud of this. For the Internet Society, we have still much work to do, though. You know that access is key to us. So far, there are more than 3 billion people who have access to the internet. This is 43% of the worldwide populations, meaning we still have much work to do to attract the next billions, and those one will be much more difficult. 57% of the population still don't have access to the internet. When you see what we've done, and policymakers have done the recent years and the recent decades, we have focused quite much on network infrastructure. I believe this is still accurate, but we realize that we might also turn to other essential assets and issues to attract people to the internet. The first one is relevance. Because we see in many countries that although people might have access to the internet, they just don't do, and they just don't feel the internet is relevant for them. So it tells us a lot. It tells us that content is really important and matters. So it's also about investing in content infrastructures, IXPs, data centers, hubs, etc. So we certainly will address that today. And then there are other issues. I see gladly that in a few minutes after our keynote, we will have someone here in Armenia to talk us through Innovation Hub and Enterprise Incubator. This is really essential. This is just about skills and entrepreneurship. You know, the beauty of the internet is that the next Facebook or Twitter might just come from here in Armenia, and I really wish it will. But you need an environment to support this, to support innovation and to create such an ecosystem. And then last but not least, this is also about governance. We also need to include those people who normally have no voice in the internet, users, civil society. If you got those ADN right, you can really push a country or a region at the highest level of internet penetrations. And this is a nice transition because I can see in this room, and thank you, Mr. Minister, but thank you all the people who are here today, that we have this ADN today to just, today to just discuss all of these issues. So I wish us a very fruitful event. And again, thanks again for the chapters for organizing this first IGF on such a day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Շնորհակալություն, պարոն Ֆրեդերիկ, շատ ամփոփ
Indeed, you spoke very concisely and introduced the points that we are going to discuss in the course of the day very comprehensively. I want to now invite Mr. Maxim Bortikov, the responsible for foreign relations of the company RIPCC.
We're very happy to be here. We're very happy to support this meeting. And we must say it's a huge pleasure to see how internet community, local internet community is growing over the years. Only a year ago, we were hosting and making it happen the regional conference, RIPE-NCC regional conference here in Yerevan. And I must say that this was the moment when you all know about the ERN transition that just happened. It's a huge step. And last year, a year ago, an Armenian community had an opportunity to shape the way it all happened right now. It all happened positively. And a year ago, an Armenian community had a voice, had an opportunity to, contribute to the outcome of it. So we're very proud of the momentum that the Armenian technical community had managed to build. And we urge you to keep doing what you're doing, this magic that you're doing, because we do feel we do support meetings and we do help meetings all over the region, and we do feel something special in here. So that's a very valuable thing. And also, Mr. Minister, we have you opening this meeting just like you opened the meeting of ISOC 2 days ago. This is very positive involvement of the government, and we feel it. We talk to the community, and community says that yes, this is very positive, equal footing work between the community and the government. That's a very important thing that you're building here in the country. So I wish everyone successful and fruitful meeting, and I must say that RIPE-NCC has big plans for developing the momentum in Armenia as well. We're going to be coming back with more meetings, organizing more forums, organizing more trainings, and especially in local language. Just recently we had the Train the Trainer program accomplished. We had 4 people from Armenia, from Yerevan, who were able to pass this training and now going to be able to come here and do the trainings in Armenian language for the Armenian community. And yes, so the plans are big, and I wish you all success. Thank you.
Շնորհակալություն։ Այժմ սիրով ուզում եմ հրավիրել ինտերնետ
I want to invite the Secretary of Interbranch Board of Internet Community and Mr. Grigor Sahyan. Dear participants, dear Mr. Minister, I'm really very glad to see so many guests and so many participants here. On behalf of the internet community, I want to welcome everybody, and I would like to say a couple of words on how our collaboration is going on with different clusters of the society, with the initiative of the Ministry of Transportation and Internet community. The Council on Internet Governance has been created, which includes tripartite participants, the private government. The board is led by Gagik Tadevosyan. He has a meeting today in Istanbul. That's why he's not here. And the secretariat of the Internet Governance is the Internet community, actually. And here we see a very well distribution of responsibilities when the coordination is under the aegis of the Ministry of Transportation, but the public organization, civil organization is really very active in participating. We have had many meetings, a lot of work has been done, so I want to say that this kind of collaboration has become the initiator of this forum of ours of today. And it turns out that the Internet Governance Forum, together with the Ministry of Transportation and Communication, have initiated and organized this very conference. I hope that all the topics that have been suggested for the agenda are really how to say, are really fresh, and the choice of the topics have been made from bottom to top, and through internet voting we have chosen the most urgent issues. So I want to thank you, Mr. Minister, that you have indicated that the topics are really very important and urgent, but these topics have been chosen, I want to highlight, by the society by itself. In the course of 3 months we have managed to edit the suggested topics and create today's agenda. Again, thank you very much, and I want to wish everybody a fruitful working day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank all the speakers. Once again, I want to thank our international and local sponsors, as well as thank you very much, Mr. Minister, that today you are with us at opening this event. We appreciate very highly our collaboration, the society and the government. Thank you very much.